Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to another Sundari Command Updates. I'm sorry. Oh, it's been a week. It's been a week. For those who are in college or high school, I wish you all good luck on finals week. If you are approaching it in the next week, approaching the next couple weeks, or you're in it this week, I wish you all luck on finals week. Take care. You got this. Be safe. So yeah, I get it. I'm on that finals week bus. John over here isn't on the final week bus, but just saying, if you are, good luck on that. But welcome back to more Sundari Command Updates, where we bring you our Star Wars opinions and takes and keep you up with the latest news that we find every week or so when we try to catch you up on everything. Give you our honest thoughts, give you our honest opinions, and tell you guys what we're thinking, but you always take our stuff with kind of a grain of salt, depending on what we're talking about. Yeah. But happy to have you all back. Happy to see you all here. Hope you all are, like I said, taking care. Happy holidays to you all. So on this week's episode, another short one. It's not because we don't have stuff. It's just these are just going to be more shorter episodes as we kind of go along right now until we get hit with our episodes again, until we get our bigger stuff. But this episode is an interesting one because me and John, I think, actually have different opinions on this personally. Should Ray Stevenson's Baylan Skoll be recasted? Yes or no? It's more than just a yes or no question. It's a very hard choice because you have to figure out what you want out of this, what you feel like is the best choice. It all depends, but should he be replaced? That is a great question. And John, I'll let you start off with your opinions.
So personally for me, from what I have been hearing, that Ray Stevenson, like they are going to recast him. Some people that I could see if they do recast, because there's only a certain few that I could see that could recast Ray Stevenson. For example, I could see if he grows a thick enough beard, I could see Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I could see Jannard Butler. Like, I agree with those. And then I can't really see anybody else except for those three, and Levi. I could never say that last name correctly, but he played Sabretooth in Wolverine Origins.
But here's my personal opinion. So what I want to hear out of this from you more is that you said no. It should not be.
I would like to hear no.
You would like to hear no. So why is that? That's my opinion.
So the reason why I'd like to hear no is because kind of to put more respect on the character, because everybody loved how good Ray Stevenson did. And I feel like it's kind of like, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of like we're running out of ideas. We left him on a major cliffhanger. We're just going to have to recast him. And then everybody's just, I feel like the fan base might get a little frustrated towards it. Because I feel like it's more honorable if they say he got killed off screen, so then they don't replace his character with somebody totally different, or they do it temporarily where one of them play as him, or they do the what was it, they put his face over somebody else's body, like they did with Luke Skywalker in Book of Boba Fett and Mandalorian. And then they kill off his character that way.
I agree with you to an extent, of that certain logic. Personally, when it comes to the recasting of Ray Stevenson, if they should or should not,
Mm-hmm.
I think the issue, I shouldn't say it's really an issue. I think the thing about this type of stance we're all in with this issue is that when it comes to digitally putting a face over someone's, body, for example, when they did it with Tarkin, they did it with Leia, they did it with Luke in our Star Wars universe, there's a line that sometimes you can't draw, you should not pass. And when it comes to digitally putting a face over an actor who's going to betray him, and they're going to do that, do the thing for him, I think it toes the line, in my personal opinion, because Luke is okay because Mark Hamill is still alive. He just can't portray young Luke, not anymore. He can only portray an older version of him.
Mm-hmm.
Leia's is a little bit trickier one because when Rogue One came out, a lot of people took offense to that because Leia, I believe the actor, obviously, why obviously she had passed away. You know, so I like blanked on my words there for a second. You know, she had passed away. Carrie Fisher had passed away, and that was sad. And for them to digitally put her face over another person was not the right move. It's what the actor strike kind of fought for. Is like, is it right? You know, like when the Flash did Christopher Reeve Superman, you know, over digitally faced, people took that to great insult, saying like, why are we doing this? If we do that to Ray Stevenson, yes, it will honor the character in a way. It would honor him. Is it the right route to go for grieving families to see their dead loved one's face digitalized on another person that isn't them? You know, is it right? Do you draw that line right there? Or do you just say, nope, we're not recasting him. We're not going to do anything with him. His character's killed off screen. That's where like the digital facing, in my opinion, is a tricky of a line. When do you do it? When do you not do it? Do you do it to continue a character and honor the legacy if you're arguing that perspective, or do you not do it because you want to honor the families? You know?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So you think, no way wrong, they could totally do that, and the fan base could react and go to a positive way, and go to a good way, positive way, or a complete negative way. It all depends, though, of how you do that, you know, personally. Because it's like, what do you get out of that, you know, personally? So when it comes to the recasting of Ray Stevenson, if they were going to go down that route, I would prefer the recast than a digitalized face. You know,
Okay.
I'm going to go into my thoughts of why they should recast him, but I want to hear all of your thoughts first, John, of why they shouldn't recast him. I know this is this thing we've kind of talked about, but not really gone deep into.
Oh my gosh, man. I'm trying to think because now it's kind of like throwing me a curveball.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we're here for, you know. We're here to just change each other's opinions and thoughts. Maybe other people that are watching us, you know.
So kind of so if they did recast him, I wouldn't really be necessarily mad about it. It's just I would want someone to look more alike, like to him, so it doesn't look too different. Like those people I said before, like if they did Jeffrey Dean Morgan, they did Jannard Butler. They did like people like that, and like or like Levi Such. I'm still never gonna be able to say that name. But if they did hit like those actors, I would 100% be on board. But if they did somebody like that, not necessarily looked like Ray Stevenson, then I would be more annoyed with it because
I get that, and I get where you're going with the option of recast route down that route. But I kind of what I'm more asking from you is you originally said no, and I want to get to the like why you feel like it's a no, you know, for you.
I mean, I'm more along the lines got like my mind changed after like there were some people that I could see that could be possibly recasted as him. Like when you brought up Levi, that's what I was trying to say before, like before we started the live stream. If they did recast, I would want him or like Jeffrey Dean Morgan or Jannard Butler, like one of those three. Those would work perfectly. But Levi's the one I would really want because him and Ray Stevenson look very, very similar.
I mean, I get that. Don't get me wrong. I get that, and I get having your like don't know opinions change and all that, you know. But what I'm asking is, you originally said no. Let's say we didn't get these like options that you got. Why did you originally say no?
Because I feel like for how much like they put Ray Stevenson into the character and how much the fan base was enjoying his role as Baylan Skoll, I feel like it's a little kind of like how they did in Rogue One, like what you said, like where they had another person with Carrie Fisher's face over it, or like Admiral Tarkin's
Yeah.
face over it. Like, I feel like it's dishonorable to the fan base and the character itself and to the actor. So I feel like if they did, like you said, like the face thing, I like changed my mind about that. But I feel like if they just put in a new face to the same character, I feel like it's dishonorable to Ray Stevenson.
I get that. I completely understand that as well. I think my side of the argument is I agree with you to those points, that this can be dishonorable to Ray Stevenson. Personally, if they are going to do this, they need to ask the family's permission for this. Personally, that's where it comes down to me. That there should be if the family is willing to, they should do it. If they don't ask, that's where I find the disrespect down. That's where I'm like, they shouldn't have done this then. If they do it, they get the family's permission to do it. I'm okay with the recast. And personally, I feel like Baylan Skoll was left on such a cliffhanger. He's such an interesting character that it's like we're gonna have to do it, because it's like if we don't do it and we kill him off screen, is that more dishonorable to the character itself and Ray Stevenson's legacy, or do we do the recast, flesh out the character, and still honor Ray Stevenson in that way? And there are some good personal choices for a recast on Ray Stevenson as it, but I see both sides of the coin where it's like, yes, no. Personally, I have the middle ground where if they get the fans' permission, I'm okay with the yes.
Okay.
Personally. And the character is too interesting and too the character is too interesting and has such like a interesting perspective of what we got, like a third party perspective. This wasn't a Sith or Jedi perspective. This was a third party perspective, and that's sometimes a very rare thing we've seen in Star Wars. We only got to see it with like Imperial perspectives occasionally, a Rebels perspective occasionally. Even then you can consider a Rebel and Imperial two sides of the same coin. Like Jedi and Sith, two sides of the same coin. You rarely get the third view perspective, like Mandalorians. You get that third view perspective from them. I would like for them to continue this character, to continue to flesh it out, the character, because his story isn't done. We know that. We know they had plans for him, and it's sad to like have to live with that we don't have Ray Stevenson to finish it off. But if someone else comes in, plays the character to honor Ray Stevenson, and to finish off his character for him, I feel like that does honor to the legacy of Ray Stevenson. But there's that line you have to not cross, and I think they should get the family's permission first.
Okay. Changed my opinion completely. God.
I'm gonna talk.
Let me just keep talking now.
I mean, but where does it come down to that? Like, where does it come down to that? No, if we say no, that he should not be recasted.
Yeah.
Let's just say we don't ask family at all. Let's say they're just plucked out of the picture. So don't even think about them. Do we still recast him? It's a tough thing, in my opinion.
It's a tough call.
It's a meddling waters type deal because it's like, can a recast be dishonorable? Can a recast be negative? Will doing a digital face over him, is that wrong? It's like, I think this is this is no white and black choice. This is a very gray choice, and you have to figure it out.
Yeah.
And personally, it's like, for those who are watching, comment in the video later on if you're watching this at a later time. What do you think on this? What's your personal takes? Come on, John. I know there's more
I,
thoughts that you have in that brain.
I know, but like my thoughts, I just can't think right now because I
get it.
agree with what you're saying, and it's like I don't know what to necessarily like have for different thoughts because I don't know if there's a lot more to go on. I feel like we should just kind of like go on like if they do recast him, where should his story continue? Like where should his story start off when it goes to Ahsoka?
True. If they do recast him, let's talk about that. Let's say if they do. If they do recast him, let's go because we both given our thought. I'll agree. We both given our thoughts on it. I stand with the yes. You're standing the in between.
I'm in between.
Yeah, I stand with the yes, but I have a line that you cannot cross, and if you do cross, I'm no longer yes.
Right.
You stand at the in between. So I'm like, we're kind of there together, kind of. I'm more on the yes, we should recast him if we get a permission.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like in the middle.
Yeah, I get it. But let's say if they do recast him, let's say it is because I've heard a lot of names for the recast. A lot of them are fan cast. None of these are like confirmed names that Lucasfilm have talked about. But there's a lot of names. I've heard Liam Cunningham. If you have ever watched Game of Thrones, or I believe he also was. I believe if you ever watched Game of Thrones, he is Sir Davos, the Onion Knight. In Game of Thrones. Sometimes I've ever played face to it. I know he was just recently in The Last Voyage of Demeter, where he played the captain. I know he's been in a lot of stuff. Personally, if you're going to want to try to figure out where the recast is coming from, just type in top 10 recast. Liam Cunningham is one of them. Graham McTavish is one of them. He is the Lord Commander of the Kingsguard in House of the Dragon. He's one of them. I like that choice personally. This is an interesting one, and this one is, I think, where I think John's going to say definitely should not be him. Viggo Mortensen, Aragorn from Lord of the Rings is a recast option. Russell Crowe, who is Zeus in Thor, Gladiator, not Cowell. Jor-El.
He played Jor-El.
Thank you, Jor-El. I'm liking on a lot of his movies right now. He just recently played a priest in The Exorcist, I believe so. It was The Exorcist. I think it was The Exorcist, yeah. Russell Crowe. He's an option for like that. That's not an option. There's the name. Gerard Butler from the London Has Fallen, London Has Fallen, White House Has Fallen, Angel Has Fallen movies. And recently, I believe in the new Plane movie. Kurt Russell, I've heard, is a possible one. Levi, I forgot. I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Yeah. See, it's really.
I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like
Levi, that last name.
Levi Schreider, but Wolverine Origins.
He played Sabretooth.
Sabretooth. I've heard that's an option. Or Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I've heard that's an option. The people that are willing to go for the recast. So if they do recast, I agree with more of John. It should be someone that at least has a resemblance to him, Ray Stevenson. And that's where I personally agree, Russell Crowe or Levi. I'm okay with the other options, though. Personally, McTavish and Liam have good resemblances. There's also older than I believe Ray Stevenson.
Mm-hmm.
But they have
Jeffrey D. Morgan would be a semi-decent option because, I mean, if he grows out the beard, it's pretty close.
Yeah, I agree. So let's say they do the recast. Personally, I think me and you are going to agree if it should be more of Russell Crowe or Eli. Right?
Yes.
So if they do the recast, where do you think his story should begin, and how do you think it should end?
How it should end?
Don't talk about that damn voice.
So where I think it should begin is like how like everybody's theorizing that the giant orange like beam in the sky is the mother, right?
Let's go with that theory. Yeah, sure.
So let's say that is the theory and that is the mother like there.
Let's just go for right now. Because we don't want to go to an extravagant theory. Let's just go that it's more just gods. Because clearly it is.
Yeah. Let's just say it's one of the Mortis gods calling him. Yeah. We'll say that. So if a Mortis god is calling him, I would like to see, instead of him standing up on where he was on the father's finger, they go and like bring him over to like kind of like some Indiana Jones type of stuff where it's like he's like at a temple or something and he's kind of like exploring and trying to figure out some stuff. Not treasure, but like find somebody.
Mhm.
Find where his journey, his new journey begins and where it could possibly his old journey can end.
Yeah, I agree.
And then I kind of want to see like, even though I don't think it's possibly gonna happen, I kind of want to see if like even though Shin's leading that new like that clan of people that we saw on the planet,
Yeah.
like those raiders,
Hold
I
up.
want to kind of see if she like goes and finds him and then starts to figure out what she needs to become, and then they become master and apprentice again.
I agree. I'm actually okay with that. I was just gonna go with like top of my head personally, but I agree with you. I think that's a great way to start off his character. How his character should definitely end. I think it should be hubris. He definitely has hubris. I think it was shown that he's after power. Don't get me wrong, it's he has the right reasons. I think, but the end should be hubris. I think in the end, by the end of season 2, he's definitely dead. I think Baylan Skoll should die. You know, sad thing to say. Personally, that's be about though. You know,
Right.
but for that, I think it should be more along the hubris route, or even a good route, somewhat of a redemption route. Like, I kind of realized I'm wrong. I'm wrong. You know. But
Yeah.
I don't want to see. But here's the thing: the problem with this, I don't also want to see redemption as well because he has such an interesting point that he is technically right when he said that quote. It repeats again and again and again. I kind of want him to stick on his path because he actually is right. Star Wars is a repeating cycle. It really is. Rise of an Empire, Fall of the Jedi. It repeats. The Old Republic was the same way. Rise of the Sith Empire, Fall of the Jedi Order. You know, it does repeat. Personally, I want him to stick to that. But I think it should be more of a hubris route, or have him accepting his fate. I'm okay with that. I think that should be the end. You know.
Mm-hmm. Something else. Sorry, I was in thought. I thought you were going to continue.
No, you're all good.
So, something though also I would love to really see is if he does like they're like, oh, we're gonna kill off Baylan Skoll next season. I do kind of want to see like where he's like, maybe he doesn't believe what he's doing is wrong, but then he sees how bad like the mother is creating not the mother, the Mortis gods, sorry, are creating chaos, and he's like, he kind of does like a Vader where like he sacrifices himself for the greater good, but it's not like and then like his like final words or something like that is, I still believe in what I had for my journey a long time ago. I just didn't want it to go down this bad, and then like they kill him off right there. Kind of like a memorable quote, because like he's saying like, I'm not the bad guy. I just am trying to break the cycle to make it where there was a different ending to the story.
I agree. Personally, that route. Now let's go down the other option. Let's say you don't recast. One more thing I want to add, though, if they don't recast. I think another thing that they should definitely do, family's permission, if they get that, I'm okay with that. Another thing is that they should consult with the cast. They did, like, most of them grew up with Ray, like, were there on set of Ray Stevenson, got to know him and loved him. And a lot of, the entire cast loved him.
Yeah.
That's another thing that you should consult the cast with. This personally, personally though as well. But off that topic.
Really with, oh my gosh, what's her name? Yeah, and Sabine. I think they were the two on cast that were actually the closest with Ray Stevenson, because I saw like on their Instagrams and stuff like that, they always posted, like when they posted sets when they were on set, it was always those three and Ray Stevenson like together.
Yeah.
And I feel like they should consult to them more.
Well, I have a dog up here.
I didn't even see it. You lagged, man.
No, she just we're not gonna do that. But we're not gonna show that side of the room. It's messy. But let's go down the other route. they don't recast, where do you want it to end?
I feel like where we should say like where it ended is he found what he was looking for, and that power consumed him to make them stronger, like one of the gods stronger. Because maybe like let's say like one of the gods, Mortis gods, is like they're weak because like no one's been to the planet in a long time.
Yeah.
The father, the daughter, and the son are possibly all dead. Well, the father and the daughter are definitely dead.
I guess you can. Continue.
Yeah, as far as we know. But like one of them's like weak enough where they're like saying, "I need more power," and then like they consume all of his life force, kind of like what Palpatine did in Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
But and then like Shin carries on his journey and tries to like become the new like character that's trying to take power.
Personally, if they're gonna kill him off screen, I'd rather just see that Shin is following his tracks.
That's what I'm saying. Like they get it explained like what happened to him.
Yeah.
She follows his tracks, and then like the Morse Scott or whoever they find is like I had to consume his life force to save my own life, and he sacrificed his soul to save me, or something like that.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I agree with that.
Should we talk about the Tales of the Jedi thing?
Well, yes, we should, because we're on that technical topic. That's what I was about to get into. You read my mind. It does come to Ray Stevenson. Even if they don't recast him, it's not the end of his character fully. It's not the end of Baylan Skoll fully. They are doing a season 2 of Tales of the Jedi, where I believe he will get 3 episodes or more to show Baylan Skoll. And that is something I'm actually willing to see, because I want to see what made him this, And I'm A-okay in attempt. I'm actually more content with that if it's a voice actor as well, because a voice actor can mimic a voice, and it's still honoring Ray Stevenson. It's not like a recast, but it's just a voice actor doing it for him, Because we've seen that all the time.
What we could see is because he was around during Order 66, we could see like where he was and like what his story is with that, and could have led up to why he's like the way he was in Ahsoka season 2.
I agree. I completely agree. And that's something excited about Tales of the Jedi.
Something else that I really want to see, I kind of want to see if they do show it, where he's been the entire time when like the Empire was around. Like, was he always this way, or was he like he was on the sidelines and like kind of like an Inquisitor or something, and then he survived or something like that?
From what I hear, is he was definitely not around being an Inquisitor.
Well, right. I don't know, but like I kind of want to hear like what he's been doing while the Empire was on it.
It could be an Ahsoka / Dooku thing. You see a thing before the events of you see Warham or 66 him after.
Right.
It could be something like that. Personally, all that. It could be more like a Dooku thing. You see him before the war, during the war, or 66 mainly. Then you show after, like Ahsoka, like what happened to him after.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Personally, I want to see that for Tales of the Jedi. That's where I'm like not against that part at all. If they go down that route, because it's more of animation. Live action is a very different story because it's portraying literally the character in voice acting. We've seen it done before. Do I still believe they should go to the family and get consent? Yes, they should. But I can also see where that's choppy water, where they don't have to, because it's more of a voice acting animation. It really isn't him. It's just the character,
Something I could see is kind of like what they did with Tales of the Jedi. Like they brought, pardon me, where they brought Liam Neeson's son to play like a younger version.
Yeah.
Like maybe they bring one of Ray Stevenson's like children like up to play like the Tales of the Jedi like version of him, where it's like the younger version,
Yeah.
And then when it gets older, it's a different person.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Well, with that, I got nothing else.
I haven't got anything either.
Yeah, I'm sorry for the short episodes, guys, but this is what we got
There's
so
just
far.
not a lot of Star Wars news coming out.
It's not a lot. I
lately.
mean, it's also not a lot of content. I feel like when it comes to the things that we're wanting to talk about, I don't want to. I think we're also agreeing that we just don't want to clump everything together. That some of these episodes should just be their own little topics, because they are interesting topics where they shouldn't be crammed down to like a 10-minute discussion. They should be fleshed out like this because I think we got a lot out of this personally, But
Right.
with that, everybody, as darkness begins to engulf me here, in the grand old states of the golden,
Yep. He's going to the dark side. I'm going to the light side. The sun's
Yep.
coming up.
With that, happy to see you all here. Happy holidays. Good luck in finals week, everybody. Don't stress. Be patient. Take care. Take care of yourself first when it comes to all this as well. But this is our topic on should they recast Ray Stevenson? I'm Shane, showrunner of Sundari Command Updates, always joined by my co-host, John. Take care. John, any final departing words?
Just putting out my stuff out there where you can find me. You can find me on TikTok at jb.sws or jbeditsx.
Yeah.
I'm posting more on jbeditsx, so you probably find me more on that one. And yeah, you can find me in Star Wars Unity. I'm in that server with Shane, and we're always in there. We're always just having a good time and just chatting it up and gaming and everything. So join the server, have some fun.
Links are down in the description. But with that, take care, everybody. Be safe. Have a great rest of the day. Happy holidays. Enjoy Christmas. We'll see you next week, of course. Take care. Love you all. Good luck in finals week. And don't forget, may the force be with you.